The Fujifilm X-T30 III is finally here, and at first glance it looks exactly like the camera that came before it. Same compact body, same 26 megapixel sensor, same buttons in the same places. But here's the thing, inside this familiar shell, Fujifilm dropped the brain of their flagship X-H2S. So the question isn't whether this camera is good, the question is whether Fujifilm just pulled off the smartest budget move in years, or if they played it too safe. By the end of this video, you'll know if this $999 camera deserves a spot in your bag, and there's one feature that might actually seal the deal. Welcome back to Alt Buzz. I'm your host, and if you're new here, we don't do hype. We do honest breakdowns of cameras that matter. If that sounds like your kind of content, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we've got a lot to unpack today. Let's start with what actually changed, because understanding the upgrades means understanding whether you should care. The X-T30 III keeps the same 26 megapixel X-Trans CMOS 4 sensor from its predecessor. So if you're hoping for a resolution bump, this isn't it. But resolution isn't the story here. The story is the X Processor 5. This is the same processor that powers Fujifilm's high-end bodies. And that upgrade changes everything about how this camera behaves in the real world. Autofocus. That's where you'll feel it first. The new processor brings artificial intelligence-powered subject tracking. It recognizes animals, birds, moving vehicles, even human faces in crowds, which means your street photography gets sharper. Your wildlife shots stop missing focus. Your candid portraits lock on instantly. If you've ever missed a moment because your camera hunted for focus, you know how much this matters. The X-T30 II was fast, but the Mark III is intelligent. There's a difference. Then there's video. The X-T30 III shoots 6.2K at 30 frames per second. It shoots 4K at 60 frames, though that comes with a crop. For casual creators, this is more than enough. But let's be honest about the limits. This camera will overheat during long recording sessions. It's not built for marathon shoots. If you're filming weddings or hour-long interviews, you'll need something else. But for short films, travel vlogs, or quick social content, the image quality is stunning. Fujifilm's colors straight out of camera are still unmatched. Now here's the upgrade that surprised me. Fujifilm removed the drive dial and replaced it with a dedicated film simulation dial. If you're not familiar with Fujifilm's film simulations, think of them as instant color grades baked into the camera. Classic Chrome, Astia, Eterna. These aren't filters. They're recreations of actual film stocks that Fujifilm produced for decades. And now, instead of digging through menus, you twist a dial and your photos instantly take on a new character. For beginners, this is a game changer. For purists who love Fujifilm's color science, it's pure joy. And there's a hidden trick with this dial that I'll reveal later. Stay with me. Let's talk about what this camera doesn't have, because transparency matters. And if I don't tell you the limitations, someone else will after you've already bought it. The X-T30 III has no in-body image stabilization. None. Zero. If you're shooting handheld video, it's going to shake unless you have incredibly steady hands or you invest in a gimbal. This is the biggest compromise Fujifilm made to keep the price down and the body compact. And it's a deal breaker for some people. If in-body stabilization matters to you, if you shoot a lot of handheld footage or work in low light without a tripod, you need to look at the XS20 or the X-T50 instead. Those cameras have IBIS built in. They're more expensive, yes, but they solve a real problem. I'm not saying the X-T30 III is unusable for video. I'm saying you need to know what you're getting into. Stabilized lenses help. A gimbal helps. But the camera itself won't save shaky footage. Ergonomics. This is the other thing. The X-T30 III is tiny. That's part of its charm. It fits in a jacket pocket. It's perfect for travel. But if you have large hands, this camera can feel cramped. The grip is shallow. The buttons are small. After a few hours of shooting, your fingers might start to cramp. The solution is simple. Add a grip. There are third-party grips that transform the handling without adding much bulk. I'll link my recommended one in the description. But out of the box, this camera is designed for portability, not comfort. You need to decide which matters more to you. And let's address the sensor. It's the same 26 megapixel sensor from the Mark II, which means image quality is nearly identical. If you already own the X-T30 Mark II, the only reason to upgrade is if you desperately need better autofocus. The sensor isn't bad, it's excellent actually. Fujifilm's color science is still some of the best in the industry, but it's not new. And if you were hoping for 40 megapixels like the X-T50, this isn't that camera. This is Fujifilm playing it safe with proven technology while upgrading the brain behind it. So where does the X-T30 Mark III fit in Fujifilm's lineup? Let's compare it to the cameras that matter. The X-T30 Mark II has the same sensor and body, just an older processor. If you own the Mark II, skip the upgrade unless you desperately need better autofocus for fast-moving subjects. The image quality is identical. Save your money for lenses. The X-T50 costs $400 more and gives you in-body stabilization, a 40 megapixel sensor, and better video specs. If you shoot handheld video or need more resolution, the X-T50 is worth it. But if you value portability and Fujifilm's color science without the extras, the X-T30 Mark III is the smarter buy. It's the budget-friendly, purist choice. And if video is your priority, there's the XS20, same 26 megapixel sensor, but with in-body stabilization and a video-focused design. It's $100 more, and for handheld creators, it's the better option. The bottom line? The X-T30 Mark III is the cheapest way to get Fujifilm's latest autofocus and film simulations in a truly compact body. If you need stabilization or more megapixels, look elsewhere. Fujifilm isn't making one camera for everyone. They're giving you options. Before we move on, if you're finding this breakdown helpful, subscribe to Alt Buzz if you haven't already. And if you want even deeper dives and early access to reviews like this, check out our website and consider joining our membership. Links are in the description. Your support keeps these honest reviews coming. Numbers don't matter if the photos aren't good. So let's talk about what the X-T30 Mark III actually captures. I spent 2 weeks shooting with this camera. Streets, portraits, low light, fast action, and the results reminded me why people fall in love with Fujifilm. The colors are stunning, not oversaturated, not artificial, just beautifully balanced straight out of camera. This is what happens when a company has decades of film experience. Street photography is where this camera shines. The autofocus locks instantly. The compact body doesn't intimidate people, and the film simulations mean you can shoot JPEGs and skip editing entirely. I used classic chrome for moody urban shots, Astia for brighter scenes, Eterna bleach bypass for high-contrast black and white work. Every single one looks like a deliberate creative choice, not a preset filter. You're not just changing colors, you're changing the entire mood of your images in real time. Portraits showed off the sensor's dynamic range. Even in harsh midday light, I pulled detail from shadows and highlights. Low light performance is solid. I shot at ISO 6400 without worrying about noise. At ISO 12800, grain becomes visible, but it's still usable. Just remember, without in-body stabilization, you'll need fast lenses or higher shutter speeds to avoid motion blur. And here's the hidden trick I mentioned earlier. The film simulation dial doesn't just give you presets. You can pair it with custom settings, stack film simulations with specific white balance adjustments, lock in shadow and highlight curves. You can create your own custom looks and access them instantly with one dial. This turns the X-T30 Mark III into a creative tool that adapts to your style, not the other way around. That's powerful. So let's answer the question. Should you buy the Fujifilm X-T30 Mark III? Here's the honest answer. Buy this camera if you want the cheapest entry into Fujifilm's latest autofocus and film simulations. Buy it if you value a compact body that fits in your everyday bag. Buy it if you're a photographer first and you occasionally shoot video. Buy it if you love Fujifilm's color science and you don't need in-body stabilization. This camera is not trying to be everything. It's trying to be a focused, well-executed tool for a specific kind of shooter. Don't buy this camera if you shoot handheld vlogs. Don't buy it if you need in-body stabilization for video work. Don't buy it if you already own the X-T30 II and you're happy with your autofocus. And definitely don't buy it if you need higher resolution. Fujifilm makes cameras for all those needs. This just isn't one of them. And that's not a flaw. That's intentional design. The X-T30 III knows what it is. A compact, affordable, beautifully made camera for enthusiasts who value image quality and creative control over specs. If you made it this far, thank you. Seriously. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Drop a comment and let me know what you think of the X-T30 III. Are you upgrading? Sticking with what you have? I read every comment, and if you want to support the channel even more, consider becoming a member. You get early access to videos, bonus content, and a behind-the-scenes look at how we make these reviews. Thanks for watching.